Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. And pretty interesting. We have been consolidating on the 155 on the 8th hour, uh, hovering above this previous resistance. Haven't quite flipped it into support just yet. We keep going below it and coming back above it. We'll get to the actual numbers on the lower time frames. And oscillators group to the upside. A little bit of a concern. Does look like it could be some kind of a wedge forming, and we would look for a pullback, something like that, before looking to buy, and that's on the 8th hour. What I do want to highlight though on the weekly is you can see lots of confusion here on the weekly. On the weekly 155, oscillators have now crossed and pointing to the upside. So this is pointing to a much bigger move to the upside, and more than likely somewhere in this area here. You can see that is kind of the neckline of this head and shoulders cup and handle, whatever you want to call it. But that was tested here once, but that would be the area on the weekly that we'd be looking for. It's just above 4,000. If we start dropping down through the time frames, you see this week has been really difficult to trade. I suppose we did get the pullback to test the moving average crossover here, and then since then we've just been going sideways, but pretty wide range that we've been trading in. Oscillators at the moment all over the place, not really giving us any indication. We've had range bars, we've had big up, big downs. It's really been tough the last couple of days to actually get into a trade here. So first level that we want to pay attention to is 39.50. So if you have a look here, this 39.51 area, you can see exactly what happened yesterday. Tried to get below it, buyers came in, nice pin bar on that area. Don't like the way the oscillators are at the moment, so I'd want to see some kind of a pullback. So we're going to keep this level to the downside in as well. That's 39.09. So 3900 is obviously something we need to pay attention to. Pay attention to diversions here. You can see price high, higher high, oscillator high, oscillator lower high. So that is diversions. You're looking more than likely for some kind of a pullback onto structure. And that structure could also be something like that. And that is 39.73. Personally, I think we're probably aiming for 4,000 before flipping around. So let's just get that in. It's going to be a big psychological level, this 4,000. Probably a better way of doing this. But anyway, we did tag it yesterday. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see us tag it again for another move down. Maybe even just create a bigger range at the moment. So this is sideways at the moment, so it's really difficult to get some opportunities. And if you look at the 50-minute from yesterday, gives you a perfect example of chaos. So above and below the moving averages, no real structure, no real opportunities to come in. So what we're looking for is to see what happens firstly at this area here. So it's 39.73. Then if you look inside on the 50-minute, each one of these tails is an opportunity. So if I just put another level in here, so something as far down as 39.61 and all the way down to 39.50 would offer opportunities. Personally, I'd be paying attention to the oscillators on the 50-minute today. They start grouping to the downside, start watching for the levels, and you'd probably be wise to look for structure and then get in on the opportunity that you see off that structure. Example of that, you see this tweezer bottom here off this level here at 39.73 quite late in the session yesterday, and then your next target was around number 4,000. So break above it, there it is, stop there, so you're risking 140 points for 200 point gain. That's kind of the setup that you should see today. Bear in mind it's Friday, so the weekly bar will more than likely have some kind of a tail onto the upside. So don't try and jump in long on the highs. You're looking for the pullbacks before getting in on this. We're still well into earnings season, so there's big earning weeks next week. So this could more than likely just hover around you as we wait for what's going to happen in earnings. So for me, a really cautious long setup is what I'd be looking for off one of these three levels to downside. Stop is the low of yesterday. Any break below the low of yesterday, then that mindset needs to change, and then you'd be looking to sell off the structure that's up here. So yeah, I think probably another range bound day. So if if it just continues up and down in this range, probably also just wise to take a early weekend. But at the moment, it's looking interesting. I think we're trying to hold the uptrend that we've started on the hour, but the bears are still trying to get this off, and they're gonna target 4,000. Definitely gonna target 4,000. Weekly close above 4,000 starts getting us pretty bullish. But at the moment, let's just pay attention to that level. Don't expect us to fly through it unless we have some huge catalyst. Okay. Anyway, message today: be very careful. Watch these levels. If you do see some price action on the lower time frames, take the trade, keep your stops really tight. You're going with the trend on the hour, so you'd be looking for another visit of 4,000. Any explosive break above 4,000 could be interesting. So, but I'd only look for that next week. Okay. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. No, on Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers for now.